be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. Too much pressure on my shoulders, it gets tough to be the person bringing in the bread and be the lover that you need for self-care. Yeah, I had to let go. I'll be lying if I told you that it never takes a toll. Mama, I need someone to save me, but I have to be the one saving you. When you're exhausted, I'm the shoulder waiting there. Gotta stay strong, what can I do when I can't hide myself? I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. I know a lot of men don't feel the same, but I don't feel ashamed. There's no waterfall when my heart's blaze. Daddy taught me that was how to put a fire out. So when I'm hurting, I don't mind to cry my eyes out. I only have a few examples of a man in my life, and only one who make perfection lifelike. So I try to remember 2 words when I don't know what to do. Don't forget Jesus' work and brother, so can you. I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. The sense all in my head, and I guess that makes sense. Cause everything I feel, I can't be, cause it's different from them. We talk about our feelings, we're called oversensitive, but I strike a balance, it doesn't make sense. So we bottle everything up in our minds, we go cold, dark and numb as we slowly die. You ever wonder why? It's mostly men who commit suicide. We think you're wild, now we're already dead. I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about. What's up, fam? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's not about how you feel. Inside at home. Hey, this is my boy Dax. Y'all gotta check him out. My boy Dax, he be on it. Like, yo, you know we all making this music, right? Let me turn this down a little bit. My bad. I'm yelling. But the culture, we're all making this music now that's for our souls. And this is my boy Dax, D-A-X. And Dax be on it, yo. I can't find myself. I can't expect you to understand. Y'all hear that? What it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road. That's my boy. What y'all up to, man? What y'all up to? What you divide inside that home. Being a man is what you can provide inside of your home, right? Yeah, I think it's. Oh, my son Chris, what's up, boy? How y'all doing today, man? How y'all doing with this new moon energy? This new moon energy is coming through. Show me, that you to understand. I just hope. Hey, what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care what you know. Shuffling these cards right quick, y'all, before we get started, right? What's up, Divine Scientist? What's up? How y'all doing, man? Like, how y'all doing with this energy right now? This new moon energy is real, bringing us to a whole new creation, right? Divine Scientist, what's up, man? We throw that up there. Good over here. That's it. To be a man, I don't expect you to understand. Hey, you know Dax? Freestyle, you know Dax? To be a man. Hey, it's real. Oh, I got to throw that. Happy Venus rising season. Yes. Yes. You provide inside at home. Yep, it's our season right now. So y'all already on it. Y'all already know we closing these cycles out. This is the end of a huge cycle period, right? Because now we into the regeneration of our hearts. And now we're able to do that. We're able to do that. We're able to be. We're able to be. That's what I love about this energy right now. We're able to be. It's not imaginary. Like before, it kind of felt a little imaginary because we were trying and we were doing, but we were trying to accomplish this higher maturity aspect of self, right? We've been doing this, but now it's like we can be. And that's what I love about this energy right now. Even me jumping on right now, it's because we are getting to that point where sometimes we got to lose to win, right? So today, like I was meditating and I was into some deep energy, right? And as you know, music speaks to us because music is a muse, right? And it speaks to us. And I was listening to Fantasia. That's who came on today, right? And then this song came on right after, and it was so deep because it was speaking to us about what we're doing and how we're transforming, right? And sometimes you got to lose to win. Sometimes you have to lose that very thing that you thought was so important to win the game that you've been fighting for. That very thing of personality that you've been fighting for, right? And now you're here and now you're able to do it. Hold on, let me pull this up right quick because I really want to pull this up because I want y'all to hear this because this is so deep. So deep, so deep. And today my solar return, y'all. Today my solar return, right? 816. 816, I love it. I'm in 11 life path. So with my year and everything, I'm in 11 life path. So I'm doing this. This is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, right? On that journey, right? But we all are now walking into this new vibration of self where we're now, like I said before, we're able to do it, but realizing that I am that I am. I am that thing that I am, right? And even though I may have to lose, I have to lose to win again. That's like a reset, right? I got to lose to win again. Let me pump this right quick because y'all got to hear Fantasia. If y'all don't know this song, y'all got to go hear it. And so what it's speaking about, even her name, Fantasia, in the fantasy, right? And the fantasy is your imagination because the fantasy is actually what you live in. And if you understand this, you can create it, right? But it's like she says, have you ever needed someone so bad, right? But they ain't willing to make it last. But sometimes you got to lose to win again, right? And right now, some of us are taking the L. We're taking an L in our lives. We're like looking around and we're going like, man, what the hell is going on? I'm taking these L's. Why am I taking these L's? You're taking the L's because it's time to win again. And what seems like an L, what seems like a loss, is really the W, is really the win because rejection is protection.
So we back in here tonight because, yo, like, first of all, I'm all crunk because, hey, it's my solar return, right? With the new moon in Leo, which I'm a Leo, of course, my son in Leo, all of this stuff, right? But it's regenerating us. So I'm able to anchor this energy in and just give it to you, right? So all day I've been on this vibration of just change, that we may have taken the L in some things, but we're getting a win in so many other things, right? It's the new beginnings, just like Merger Timelines just said. Let me throw that up there. New beginnings, right? So those things that made you cry, that hurt you, that took you down in the previous time cycles, yo, that was all to bring you to the point where now you're winning. But you had to know what winning looked like. You had to know what winning looked like, because our distortions had winning looking something totally different. Our distortions had winning look like it had it looking like it belonged to somebody else. And I think some of y'all know what I mean. It's like you are the best version of yourself, right? But this energy had others looking like they were more important to your path than you. And y'all know that's fallacy, because there's nothing more important to your path than you. All of this come to show you who you are, just like that twin flame journey, right? Like I said yesterday, there's so many of us leaving the twin flame journey now. We're done. We're good. We've learned the lesson. We've been burnt. We've been purified. We've seen the mirroring effect that we can cause upon others. So therefore, we are responsible now for our actions. We understand that when we give it out to somebody, it comes back. We understand now. We stand with the fact that our energy is very important. And the way that it leaves us is the way it comes back in. So if we sending out crap, we getting crap, right? But now we know that. We know that. And this is so significant. In the game of consciousness, yo, in the game where we got to lose to win, that consciousness is everything. So we got to lose sometimes to win again, to understand who we are. And the losses, it ain't like it ain't coming back. It's just right now, it feels like an L. And like some of the people I've been counseling and talking to and dealing with, it's coming. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. It looks like spouses leaving. It looks like jobs and careers leaving. It looked like bank accounts emptying out. You know, and people like, man, what the hell did I do? You didn't do nothing except for what you were supposed to do. And all of that old stuff that's leaving, guess what? It's coming back to you. It's coming back to you. That's what it's all about, right? So right now we in this moment where we are seeing that vibration of self, and we're seeing every single thing. We're seeing every single thing that we have been a part of, whether it was for our benefit or not. We're seeing that energy now. And now we're able to take it and use it for our highest. The Most High is telling us to take this energy, because the Most High is what? The Most High is us. It's the highest form of us. Your Most High is the highest vibration of self. This forms the collective. So your highest version of self, your collective energy, right? Your consciousness is formed into a group. This group supersedes man's consciousness, and we're able to then use it to accelerate ourselves. So I love this moment. I love this energy, right? New moon, new everything, right? Hey, thank you guys for all of the solar return wishes. I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much, because this is what it's about. It's about community. Like, my solar return don't mean nothing. Honestly, really feel what I'm saying. Your solar return means nothing until it's validated by the collective, right? In other words, other people see your value. They see your truth, right? And because they see you, they validate you. And because they validate you, you got a ticket. You've been validated. You got the ticket. You got the proof. You got the receipts for everything you've been through in this world, in this life. That's what's so beautiful, right? But anyway, let's jump into this update right quick. Because, like I said, sometimes you got to lose to win again. But remember, you are what you say you are. I'm going to say that again. You are what you say you are. So if you say you're a winner, you're a winner. If you say you're a loser, you're a loser. It's all about what you say you are. This is power. This that real power, right? This the real power that exists within you. Let me adjust this real quick. I don't like the way it's looking. This the real power that is within you. That when you say, it happens, whether you realize it or not. You know, some people, they think nothing's happening because it takes a week or two. It takes a couple of days to really see that energy really start to play out. But when you say something, it happens. I promise you. I promise you. When you say I'm tired, you're tired. When you say I'm done, I'm done. Take a TikTok, you're done, right? When you're done, you're done. There's nobody else that can say that you are ready to continue when you say to yourself, you're done. So now it's about taking that power into your hands, and using it to exact the change that you want to see within your own vibration, within your own community, within your own home, wherever it may be, wherever you're reflecting, that's where that energy is going to sit at. And if you say to yourself, I'm going to have this energy sit in my home, I'm going to have this energy sit in my career, I'm going to have this energy sit in my mental space, in my heart space, right? Using it to understand that it is your strength. The very things, that took you down is the very things you can now stand on to reach higher, right? So when you realize this, when you realize that you are the I am, when you realize that you are, like, this is so deep, y'all. Like, I really want y'all to grasp this power, because you are the I am. And when you grasp this power, when you step into it and you hold it, and it vibrates within your cells, right? The cells that you're locked in. Because remember, our DNA is locked in right now. We're locked into this body by the DNA chain. This is why they want to put you on the blockchain, right? I ain't gonna digress yet, y'all. Hold on. I ain't gonna get into the deep stuff yet, but honestly though, this is why they got you on the blockchain. Because your DNA is changed, that's above, so below. So the forms of consciousness that exist in this world, you have access to it. And you can use those forms of consciousness for your own desire. See, our original language, I was even getting into this last night, right? Our original language is telekinesis. It's not using our mouth. It's telekinesis. It's here. So when we had one language, it was the language of emotion, the language of feeling, the language of knowing. And we knew each other. So therefore, the fear now of each other, it permeates. And this is why they call it terror, right? Because terror permeates in this region, in this realm. But when you're done with the terror that shows itself by night, as the Bible says, right? The terror that exhibits itself by night, when you're not afraid of that no more, you're able to now stand in the Torah, the toroidal field, or the strength of the electric and the magnetism. So right now, as I say this, We're receiving some serious energy from Divine Mama, right? She ready for her babies back. Her babies were taken from her. Her babies were ripped from her arms. And now her babies, her sons, her daughters are acknowledging. They are saying, I want my mama back. I want my true divine lineage back. Nothing else will suffice anymore. The mundane don't work no more. See, y'all know, if y'all know my story, y'all know I grew up in foster care and everything for a reason, right? So when I was a little guy growing up, all I wanted was my mama. Like they sent me to counseling, they sent me to all kind of stuff. And the craziest thing was this. All I needed was my mom, was like a hug. All I wanted was a hug. Something so simple can become so complicated when other people are in your business, when other people are trying to tell you what you need to do to ascend, right? But you know what you need to ascend. So I don't know if y'all felt this about 2 or 3 days ago, but we had a huge shock wave of energy come through. And it did not come through the soul. It did not come through the sun, which normally it does. It comes through the sun and it vibrates down, and we all receive it into our genetic templates, and we vibrate at the higher code. We emanate out the light, the frequency, right? And we become the better versions of self. This energy did not come from the sun, from the solar. So when I felt it, I was like, man, this is different. What is this? The Schumann resonance was so different. It sent out such a powerful magnetizing frequency. And that frequency opened us up. It really, truly opened our divine centers up to be able to now live in that heart chakra frequency. So I'm not talking about the frequency where, we were like, we was trying, it's like, woo, y'all lucky because I'm in the process of being saved. And y'all remember that? If any of y'all into religion, y'all know what I'm talking about. It was like, yo, why you trying me right now? Like I just got saved, and here you go, testing me, right? It's that type of energy. Yes, Crystalline Alchemist. 2 days ago, you got it. 2 days ago, that's when it came through. That was the balancing frequency. And if you have done the work, you're able to receive this and hold it into the cell, right? The jail cell, the cell, which you're locked in, which is what I was describing. This frequency is now coming into the cell with you, and you're able to use it and magnetize it. So your gifts are coming back online. Like when I saw it, it was kind of weird because, we have so many different interpretations of what energy is going to do when it hits the body, right? And all I kept getting is that Marvel energy, that Marvel Comics energy, like this superhero energy. Because y'all do know we have a real element called kryptonite, right? It is a real element on the table, on the elemental table. And if you don't know the elemental table, go and start looking at it because it's very important. It's very, very important. Because when you start to understand that helium, and lithium are up there with hydrogen as some of the most abundant elements, you're going to understand what they're using against you. Like lithium. I'm digressing a little bit, but I'm still on point, y'all. Hold on a second. Lithium. The moon is made of metal. And some of y'all have went into this. Some of y'all have even messaged me about this. So I'm going to go into this for y'all, right? The moon's made of metal. It has metals in it. Lithium is one of the metals. Lithium is a metal that literally has such an adverse reaction with water. So y'all wonder why the moon controls water, because it has lithium in it mixed with iron. But the iron won't mix with the clay. Read the book of Daniel. The iron will not mix with the clay, right? So we're waking up because the iron's not mixing with the clay. The lithium, this is deep, y'all. This is deep. Follow me for a second here. The lithium, when it burns off, gives a red color. Anybody ever heard of a blood moon? The red blood moon, right? You go outside at night, like the other night I went outside and I saw some of the most magnificent. I mean, literally, I use this word, magnificent meteor showers. I have never in my life seen what I saw the other night. 3 times between 1 and 5 a.m. Couldn't sleep, just up, meditating, integrating, right? Doing shadow work, integrating things. And I'm just laying outside. I'm just like, go outside, D. Ancestors poked me one time, spirit poked me that time. Go outside, right? So I go outside. It's like 1 something in the AM. And I see literally the biggest meteorite I've ever seen in my life just blaze across the sky. And this happened 3 times in one literally night. It's because we're at the point now where everything is breaking apart. And you are putting it back together again. I'm going to say this again. Everything is breaking apart and you are putting it back together again. It's not about his story or her story. It's about your story. And your story is being built as a floor into the consciousness of humanity. So this is deep, right? But this energy came in, and I mean, like, it Mike Tyson me, man. It just like pop, it right across me. And I was sitting there just struggling with this energy. I ain't gonna lie. Your boy was struggling. I was like, why am I like having such a hard time integrating this energy? Because it came through as like a huge pulse. It made me just weak. I started sweating. I was weak. I couldn't really stand up. And I'm like, what am I integrating? Y'all, we're integrating that new frequency. And this new frequency, you can't delude yourself with it. You can't smoke and get into it. You can't drink and get into it. You have to literally be a match for it. And when you're a match for it, it comes in and it cleanses shop. It comes in and it cleanses house. Like everything that you thought you cleansed out. Nah. It's coming in like, I got you. It's some stuff that you didn't see, but I got you. And that's source, because you cannot not ascend. I know it's a double negative. It's a double negative, but you cannot not ascend when you have been chosen for this path. And you, not only have you been chosen for the path, but you chose the path too. You have literally decided that you are ready for this integration. And you have said, yo, I'm good. I've built that summer body up. I've acclimated myself. I've left all of the old circumstances. And if I hadn't, I don't give a shit if it don't work out anyway, because I've left it mentally. Even if you haven't left it physically, you've left it mentally. You've integrated in the change. And now that change is pushing you into that highest timeline, to that highest vibration. Because now, right now, you are ready to jump. You can fly, you can swim, like whatever method of transportation that you're going to use to get to the new timeline, to your new vibration, you can do it. You've been endowed with the strength to go 100, into your newest version. And most people ain't going to receive this. I'm not going to lie. Most people not going to really receive it. But If you can receive it, if you got the eyes to see and the ears to hear, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So as we're doing this, they're going into their crypto. They're going into the crypt because this energy is not going to allow for them to take. See, I don't know if y'all know, but this frequency is saying that this matrix energetically is done because we're not giving to it no more. We are not giving to this matrix anymore. We're giving to ourselves now. We're saying to ourselves, we are ready to ascend. And this might be selfish. Remember the cell? C-E-L-L, right? Leaving. Think about this. You may be called selfish because you are the fish in the cell, right? But you are integrating this new energy that is coming from Pisces, fish, right? Into water bearer energy where you're being poured out. And even in this little, I call it a little mini age of the 13, because that's what we're going through right now, this transition. And this energy that's coming in right now is cleansing like a big rainstorm. And I'm going to post this. I got to say this before I forget. I'm going to post this video of this lightning storm where I walked outside and lightning is just striking everywhere. But it was so significant to understand the plasma, the charge that is coming to us. See, we've been depleted over many lifetimes. We've given it all over many lifetimes. Some of us have taken the L. As I say this, sometimes you got to lose to win. We've taken the L in other lifetimes. You got to understand, some of us passed away and never fulfilled anything that we came to do. I'm going to say that again. Some of us have come into this life in different aspects of self, and we didn't even complete anything. We just lost energy. Never even woke up in some lifetimes. But that energy is what we're getting back, right? That's what we've been fighting for, to remember self, to pull all that back into self. Because if you don't, who does it belong to? It's your energy, but if you don't claim it, if you do not claim it, it belongs to whoever comes along and claim it. And most times that's an entity that harvested you for it. So you are what you say you are. If you're a hero, you're a hero. If you nothing, you nothing. That's up to you. But I advise you in this window of opportunity. This is an opportunity of creation. Remember what we're talking about now. We're talking about Leo. We're talking about the 5, not the 8. Remember, we're not talking about the 8. We're talking about the 5. Harness that 5 energy and use it. Use it as a ladder to get to the higher elevations of you. Right? So, as I said, that's kind of like the update I wanted to give. I really wanted to do that. But as we're talking about that, I'm just kind of being led right now to talk about the mRNA gene, right? About our mRNA, because that is the Christ gene. We talked a little bit about this last night because we were talking about the white coats. We were talking about the white horse that went out riding, remember? And for y'all that didn't get to watch it, go watch the replay. We were talking about the first seal of Revelations has been broken. The white horse has rolled out. The white horse is the white coats. It is the doctors. As I get that confirmation, I love bells and anything like that because that's always confirmation, right? The white coats is the white horse. And your hero comes riding on a white horse. Doctors are considered heroes. So as they ride out and they're giving you these poisonous arrows, right? As they're throwing these poisonous arrows out, You're supposed to have the shield of faith that's supposed to quench the fiery darts of the enemy. Now, all of this is esoteric, it's metaphysical, but understand what I'm saying. It all has a point and a purpose to it. So your faith in you, in the God within you, is supposed to be able to quench the fiery darts of the enemy that comes in to destroy you. And most fiery darts come in like, they want to shoot it to you, right? So as we see the white coats are riding, and now that first seal has been broken of Revelations, which is just revealing the apocalypse. I got to say this too, because I got a couple of messages last night. Guys, if you are in fear, God dang, man, if you in fear, that's you. That's your heart. Your heart judges you. It ain't me. Don't write me talking about, oh, you fear mongering, man. You making people. I ain't making nobody do a god doggone thing. That is your choice to believe. But I can tell you right now, if you scared, you this ain't for you, man. If you scared, this ain't for you. If you're a divine masculine and you scared of this, it ain't for you. Go drink some milk or something, right? Go back to church, do something. Because if you are in fear right now, you don't have the spirit of truth. Because the spirit of truth casts out fear. Like I don't need to be afraid of something that I know the reality of. All I need to do is just watch my back. That's it. I just need to be careful where I walk, where I tread, right? Like I'm from Louisiana. Every time I was running through the woods, there were swamps everywhere, right? In Louisiana, there's swamps all in the South, right? There's quicksand, all kind of things. I used to run through the woods, y'all. I'm 10, 12 years old, just running through woods, running through swamps. Now, at any point in time, yeah, my foot could have went straight into some quicksand and nobody ever saw me again. But sometimes ignorance is bliss, right? And even more important than that, when you know you on a purpose, those things don't bring fear within you. You just understand it's a situation and stuff can happen. But getting out of the fear and getting into the reality of what it is. Like, for example, are you not eternal? Because if you're not, you're not. So if you fear for your life, you're gonna make certain decisions that save your life, but the person that seeks to save their life is actually the one who loses their life. Because this is not life. This is actually a form of death. When you go and you actually start reading these ancient views on things, the ancient writings, they will tell you that this is actually a form of death. And life is to be vindicated from the Bible. Vindicated from the body. And even the Bible will speak of these things, right? But your God gene, the gene within you, that mRNA, is the Christ gene. It is the messenger. Christ is the messenger. This is what we was talking about last night. Christ is the messenger. So if Christ is the messenger, if your I am, your je suis or your Jesu is the messenger, then what are you hearing in your mind when that higher self is talking to you? You're hearing your Christ. You're hearing yourself. You're hearing your higher version, the most high. So they come in with their own mRNA to bring about a different message. So it's a choice of what message you want to hear. Do you want to hear the message that leads to you continuing your eternal life, or do you want to hear the message that leads to the papal timeline, where on paper you're nothing and you're being drained, right? So protecting that God gene, that's right, merging timelines. As within, so without. That is, I'm telling you guys right now, over these next 3 to 4 weeks, remember this statement right here. I'm telling you, as it is within you, so it's going to be without you, like on the outside of you. You have to learn. And for y'all that know, hey, you know. But for y'all that don't know, you have to learn how to anchor in the energy within you so it can emanate outside of you. So it can become your auric expression. Because some of us, our auric expression, it is not the true indication of who we are. Our aura is giving off a totally different energy than who we are. And we're receiving back things because our aura is giving off this energy. So many little things, right? So many little things that are hanging us up. But that God gene, that ain't hanging you up. They trying to take it from you. And they want to take it from you. Because we're in this whole bioregenesis moment. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Your genes are being regenerated. As your genes are being regenerated, they trying to get you in the blood covenants. See, that's all some all false God stuff. They want to trick humanity out of the original relationship with Source Creator. And they want to hijack your sovereignty. They want to take your strength, your sovereignty, and they want to take it through your belief system. That's religion, right? So therefore, they do blood sacrifices. They do ritual bonds. They do all of this stuff where they try to act like they're holier than thou, but they're all false fathers. See, that false father was leading you to the false mother. And out of the word father, you get the word ether. You get the word ether. And remember, I told you breathe this ether. So he says, me and my father are one. Me and the etheric energy is one. We're one. We're inseparable. Because I'm here. I am that I am. And I'm here. And I'm inseparable from the etheric or the father energy that interjects itself into my lungs every time I inhale and every time I exhale. This is the beauty of who you are, right? But those blood covenants, they want to use them to try to take you out. Like I said, we're in a moment, we're in this moment of bioregenesis where we are re-energizing, right? Our bodies, the biological home that we're in. And as we know this, that we're doing this, see, this is the energy. We're doing this because this brings about life to us. This allows our temples to live. Because like I told you guys before, we should be living 800 to 1,000 years. Your body is not meant to die in under 100 years. I promise you. Right now, you can go cut yourself. Don't cut yourself, but I mean injure yourself. And does not your body heal itself? Will it not stop the bleeding? Will it not form a scab? And about a month or two, heck, you wouldn't even really know. You would have the memory of the scar, and you would see the scar, which would trigger the memory. But your body has regenerated itself. It's healed itself. It's stopped whatever was hurting it. You have this ability, but you have this ability times 100, times 1,000. That your body is supposed to regenerate itself within 24 hours. From the time the sun goes up, goes down, comes back around in this whole time frame, right? In this time matrix, because you left the spiritual matrix and you came into the time matrix. But this physical body is supposed to regenerate itself within 24 hours. So this is what has been done. This is what has been done, right? Taking your inheritance. Taking your inheritance and use it for themselves. Last night we talked about the plasma. We talked about the liquid gold that runs in your body as to why they're mining your gold. Why they got plasma centers everywhere in the hood, everywhere in low income places. There's plasma centers. Go get your plasma. We're going to pay you for it. If I was y'all, I wouldn't even do it. Because if y'all knew what they did with that gold, with that plasma that has eternal life in it, because that is the fruit of the tree of life, of eternal life, is plasma. Here's why. Here's why. Plasma don't need nothing to regenerate but light. Let's say this again. Inside of your body is plasma. Plasma needs nothing to regenerate except for light. That's it. Light. And your plasma regenerates. And you live like forever. Unless they turn your codes off. And unless they're giving you food that turns your codes off. They're giving you water that turns your codes off. And now you're sitting in a place where you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on because you internally are reaching for something that physically is not happening. And you feel lost, you feel crazy a little bit, but don't be. Because you're doing the work and you are achieving so much. It's just you don't see it in the physical because the codes were turned off. If the codes were on, if everything was legit, everything was right, every little bit of work that you do on your shadow, on your light, you would see it. It would interact. It would take place in your waking life. So do not get dismayed, guys, because you're doing all this work and you don't see it for what it is. You may internalize it, but y'all think y'all get what I'm saying. There's supposed to be a physical representation of the work that you're doing. And the only reason why it doesn't display itself in just a full out way, like a headlight shining into the darkness at night, the only reason it don't like demonstrate itself like that is because the codes have been turned off. And you're doing the work to turn them on. So you're integrating this light into your body. So like I said, don't get dismayed because you're doing it. You are doing it. I'm telling you, collective, we doing it. No joke. No joke. So it was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh, right. So right now in this Leo gateway, right, in the five, we are getting our self-confidence back. That's being given to us. This is from universe, by the way. This is from mama and daddy. Remember, honor your father and mother that your days may be long upon the earth. It's not just a physical thing to honor your father and mother. It is a spiritual thing. It is a metaphysical thing to honor your father and mother within. Because I have genes within me that come from my mother, and I have genes within me that come from my father. And I wear both pair of genes. But I'm going to honor that DNA. And when you honor that DNA, you protect it. And when you're protecting that DNA, it brings about such a different energy. So right now, we're getting that self-confidence back. We are being impacted by source. That frequency, that energy that came up, I'm telling you, that right there is the impact. And if you haven't felt it, you're going to feel it because it's going to bring about enthusiasm. It's going to bring about that nobility. You're going to start being straightforward about your mission and your gifts. You're going to be straightforward about your mission and your gifts. And the optimism is going to be off the chart. You're just going to be feeling it and flowing with it because you are who you are. And now through this Leo energy, you are who you say you are. This is the power. If you even look at the Leo symbol, don't it look like a sperm? Just look at it real quick. It got the head and a little tail. It looks like a sperm because what it's doing is it's impregnating your self-confidence. And these are things that we lost in the fire, things that we lost in the struggle. And some of us, we don't even realize we lost them. Because as we start to get our conviction back, as we learn to adapt to these changes and we get reorientated, man, you're going to realize that self-confidence and that nobility and being straightforward and the optimism is going to be so perfecting within you. Because now we're cultivating our responsibilities. We're cultivating those things and we're perfecting them. And you're made for it because you are the master of what you're here to do. I'm going to say that again. You are the master of what you came here to do. So therefore, your gift always makes room for you, right? Always. You're never missing out on anything. It's just your mind. It's your mind. And it's the balance that your mind is in that tells you that you are, right? So just want to throw that out there real quick, y'all. Like I said, we're in this heart chakra healing, man. It is a big heart chakra healing that's coming from now to the 23rd, which is another 5, right? So with this new moon coming, as the fall's coming up, because remember I told y'all about Marburgs now. We might even be able to say that word here in a couple of months, but the new boosters and all that stuff coming out for the fall, oh, they ready. They are ready. They crump. They got it all laid out because your bioregenesis is happening. So the first seal, y'all, was broken in 2019, 2020 because every seal is a world event. So the first seal of the white horse, of the white coats, has been broken. It's been done. So now the awakening is happening, right? The reason why that had to happen is because the bioregenesis is happening. You are being regenicized. Remember we was talking about those genes of Isis? Right? Genesis, genes of Isis. So your bioregenesis, as it is happening, that fight to stop it from happening is going to come, frontal, full frontal. They're not going to just sit back because this is a duality. People just, they be tripping when they be like, oh, no, you got to be on one side. Man, this is a duality. You have to be in the middle of that duality. Just like the Masons showed you. You got 2 towers and you got a 3rd tower in the middle. That is the narrow path. Because it's easy. It's wide to go all the way to the right. It's easy, wide, go all the way to the left. But it's very hard to walk in between 2 posts through a fence gate where it's been protected, it's been guarded, and you can only get through if you have certain things in place. This is what the bioregenesis is about. This is what it's about. It's a gentle stimulation of our personal DNA template. It's the Kundalini energies, the chakras, all of that coming back online. And now we're learning these techniques that are going to bring us back into our genetic template. This is so awesome. Because the technology, like damn near every technology they got is to stop you from regenerizing, from basically from your regenesis. Think about it. They're poisoning your body with water, with the air, with food, because they do not want you to get into your bioregenesis. Because once your body adapts to this technology and it starts to remember itself and heal itself on a quantum level, what the Bible say? You will take up, you will eat poisonous things and it won't hurt you. There'll be things that come against you that won't even bother you because your body regenerates too fast. This is a superpower that we have. And this is this is part of our 12th dimensional template. This is part of our 12th dimensional template that we're anchoring back in. So the manifestation of ourselves in different etheric realms is what we're coming into. To be able to access that power is what we're coming into now. Because like I said, all of the technologies, they've been interwoven into our energy systems to affect our DNA template, to affect our chakra system. All of this has been done to mess up our Merkaba fields, to mess up our Kundalini energies, to mess up our telekinetic energies, to where fear is now prevalent. But fear not. Fear not, yo. Fear not. Because it's all coming back online, right? But anyway, kind of way off a little bit. But how y'all doing? Y'all still in here? Because I'm just going hard. Like, let's see where we at. Let's look at some comments. What's up, lady? Spellbreaker. One tray. There it is. That 1313. We're in like a little 13 mini age, y'all. I'm telling you. We're in the 13 right now. Don't think we're in that 12. There's 13. All right. And that 13 comes with a clearing, because you have to be bearing the snake. You have to be bearing your kundalini. You have to be bearing your life force. You have to hold it in your hand. You have to have gnosis of your life force to be able to get through this last thing, because it's he or she who makes it to the end that shall be saved. Not he or she that believes, not he or she that think they know. It's the ones that make it to the end who can know and then apply the knowledge. It has to be applicable. That's why some crap don't make sense, because it don't make sense. Not if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. No, if it does not bring maturity into you, it don't make sense. Because if it's not helping, if it is not helping or elevating your ascension, if it's not the wind beneath your wings taking you to a higher vibration, it ain't gonna help you. It's gonna set you up, right? So, okay, cool. We good. We still here. Got a lot of love in there. That's it. Thank you guys so much for messaging and things like that. But yeah, we in it. And if you're not in it, you're not. Like I said, right now, you got to be bearing your snake. You got to be bearing your life force, your kundalini energy. That's what we talking about. Because other than that, you can't get the bioregenesis because you haven't prepared the template. And I have counseled people, unfortunately. Oh my God, I feel so bad for them, because they think that all I got to do is just say it, just speak it, and it's going to be magically done. And that is part of it. But then you got to know there's a real work activation that's required, a real work, like putting your hands into the dirt type of work to get this thing done. Because you can't fake it. You can't fake it, y'all. You can't fake it anymore. There's been a lot of people faking this walk for at least the last 10, 12 years. You can't fake it no more. So it's like, bear, like hold it. The 13th sign, Ophiuchus. My bad, let me put that up there. I'm probably talking a little too fast, my bad, but we're talking about the 13th sign and what it means. And the 13th sign is Ophiuchus, and it is the snake bearer. He's bearing the snake or holding the snake. Right. And when you're doing that, you have your life force in your hand. You have taken sovereignty. So when you see Ophiuchus holding the snake, he's literally saying, I have my life in my hands. And if I have my life in my hands, I'm sovereign. And if I'm sovereign, I'm not going to be led astray by any and everything that somebody say. Because sovereignty is going to be a major key to making it out of this. A major key. Because if you're not sovereign enough to at least be able to turn down what they are trying to give you, and like I said, the only reason I say it that way is like because I don't want my dang on video flag, because they already got like 2 flags. So they're all like, you get one more, we shut your junk down. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But we are fighting for independence now, y'all. Like I'm telling you, I can't say this no more. We got to learn to rely upon ourselves and reduce our dependency upon others. This is what it means to bear the snake. This is what that 13th sign actually means, because you're the 13th. You have 12 crown nerves, the 12 disciples, right? And these 12 nerves run all the way up your body, right here to the crown. That is your crown. And these 12 nerves are the 12 disciples, and you must discipline this energy, because this energy comes off of your head and it emanates out as part of your aura. So if you're not controlling this energy, if you don't have the independence and the fortitude to learn to depend on yourself energetically, and not that depending on somebody else is wrong, no, but it's just understanding the cell reliance, the self. Cellularly, you have to depend on yourself. I can't come in and give you something else on a cellular level unless I inject it into you. And if I inject it into you, it's foreign. So that means that you're not dependent on yourself. And even when we went into pharmakia last night, for y'all that was on the live with me, we went into pharmakia. And we talked about what pharmakia is. Pharmakia, they killed so many of our ancestors and so many of us. What am I talking? We were our ancestors. They killed so many of us. They unalived us. Witch trials, right? Burning at the stake for witchcraft and for sorcery. And the only true meaning, I'm going to say this and I dare anybody to try to, the only true meaning of sorcery and witchcraft is pharmakia. Go look it up. Go look it up. That is what's actually called sorcery and witchcraft, because it is depending on something outside of the body to heal the body. Now, you can agree with that, disagree with that. That's up to you. But go study it and understand what true sorcery and talking to your ancestors ain't witchcraft. Picking up a pair of tarot cards is not witchcraft. What is witchcraft and sorcery is to put together a synthetic formula that has no basis and has no formation based in organic nutrition. None of that. This is all synthetic. That is actually pharmakia. Can't make this up, yo. You can't make this up. Because that is the giant, right? Pharmaceutical giants. They are the ones that are running your country. And that's why it tells you that pretty much you're relying upon something outside of yourself. Therefore, you don't hold your own life force within you. Let me see if I can share this, because I really want y'all to see this. I keep forgetting that I'll be on StreamYard sometimes, and I get to share. I can share a page with you guys, all that. But yes, man, there it is. Manipulation of one's power, right there. How are they manipulating your power? They're using witchcraft against you. Like, let me pull this up right quick, because this is deep. I really want y'all to grasp this, because when you hear it, that's one thing. But then when you can really see the actual word that's used for this, you're gonna be like, wow, okay, I see what Deke's saying. Look at this. Right here. Pharmakia. Now, this is the Strong's Dictionary for you guys. Remember, I went to seminary before I left the church and did all that. So this was part of my study that I had to do like every day when I was like learning these words and everything, which is how I even came up with what hell really meant, which was grave, separation, right? But look at this. Were deceived by your sorcery. By the sorceries were all. By the sorceries you were misled. Look at this. This is pharmakia. This is what pharmakia, if they use the Greek word, that means that you need to go look at the Greek and see what it meant. Because if they use that word and then they broke it down into English, That's just only one translation of it. What did it mean when they used it? It's just like being melanated, right? You go to the hood, you're going to hear different words. Like I had a friend, he was riding with me, and one of the players that I was training, we were talking, and he was like, nah, coach, I'm going to do that. No cap, right? And the dude that was riding with me, he goes, he was a white guy. He goes, what do you mean no cap? What's no cap? Because you can have certain phrases in language or certain phrases and parts of speech that you use for a different thing. And you got to know what it means, because it means something to the people that's using it. So you better know what they mean when they use it. So this is what I'm saying. We got to be able to understand that if they're using Greek words to explain something, then we got to understand what it is. So do you see this right here where it says farm, F-A-R-M, right there? See, this is the way that they do it. Look at the phonetic spelling, and you're going to see farm, because you're being farmed. And you're being farmed by them using medicine, drugs, and spells. Spell is the English language, because that's what you spell. Now, this is deep, right? Because I thought we was talking about drugs. I thought we was talking about the pharmaceutical companies. Nah, we're talking about the spells that they use. And then they tell you every single time. They tell you every single time the side effects. Oh, we're going to help heal your heart, but hey, it might cause pulmonary disease. You might not be able to breathe. You might end up urinating on yourself at 2 a.m. in the morning. You might not be able to see, the words on the package anymore. But hey, we help heal your high cholesterol, right? Usage, guys, usage, the way they use it. Magic, sorcery, enchantment. Y'all get what I'm saying? Pharmakia, from pharmakio, administer drugs. Properly, drug-related sorcery. What does source mean? What does source mean? Because they're using sorcery. And I thought you were source. So it goes deep. It goes deep, y'all. Like the practice of magical arts. What are the arts? Because you guys were told that the arts was something different than what it is. See, this is what they hide from you. And that's why I say, no, you are what you say you are. There's certain things that we got to realize that they are putting spells on this stuff. They are literally looking at you and thinking, what can I do to destroy you? And here you are trying to elevate your soul to the highest level and be the best version of yourself. So this is what you're fighting against. This is what you're fighting against right here. So when I say this and I say, hey, the white horse has ridden out, the white horse is out, the white coats, right? They've ridden out. And they are now on their mission. So now that they're on their mission, are you on your mission? Are you on your call now? Because they already out there. They doing their thing. And see, that's where we're at right now. That's why I love this point in energy, this energetic expressway right now. Because the moment that we say reset, the moment that we say we done, it's done. Right? It's done. That's where we at, y'all. That's where we at. Look at this. See, I like that. Look at that. They all got their coats on. That right there. That's your bow and arrow, yo. That's your bow and arrow. Your stethoscope. Your bow and arrow. That's why it opens up a certain way. So understand that those white coats is the white horse. And some of them don't know. I ain't gonna lie, some of them don't know. It should be the red horse, divine scientist. Should be the red horse is next. Should be the red horse. And I'm going to get into that too, because I'm going to tell y'all what that's going to look like. It's all been planned out. And for us that the end of the world has come upon, this was written. That's exactly what it says. This book was written for those of whom the end of the age has come upon. So this is why we're even talking about it right now. This is why we've been talking about it right now. Right? Exactly. We are the light. Exactly. And then if you look at what the white represents, look at what the white represents. White represents light as far as their perspective, not mine, but as far as their perspective, think about what white represents. Right? So they are literally trying to hold up, as she said, emergent times on Saturday, they're trying to hold up your mind. They're trying to stop your mind from framing itself into its proper form. So even with pharmakia, like that is even, how do I say this in a nice way? There's no nice way to say it. It can put holes in your aura. And not just your auric field, yo. It can put fields into literally your genetic structure. Your genetic structure. So the very fibers of your being could have holes in it, which will allow for other energies to find a home within you. So it's no joke. It's no joke. It's really no joke. And I've seen this. My life experience has shown me some stuff. When people take pills, whoo, boy, it can get real. It can get real. Like I've seen people take pills and just literally go to a whole nother like demonic level, man. Like they on something totally different. I'm just like, what? I don't even know what's going on right now. Right? So, like I said, just understand that this is what's going on. So there ain't no fear. Ain't no fear. It's just once I know what's going on, I know how to move. I know how to shake. I know how to move now. So that's what this is all about. So for those who say about the fear mongering and all of that, man, stop being so damn scared. Stop being so freaking scared of hearing information. Like, damn, you can't even take information and integrate it and use it to serve yourself, to serve your family, to serve the higher good. You got to hear stuff and then go, oh, that's fear mongering because I'm scared. Like, that makes no sense. What are you scared of? You're eternal unless you're not. Unless you're not. If you're not eternal, I understand why you're scared. Hey, my bad. My bad. But if you're an eternal being, fear is you being harvested. If you got that fear in your heart pumping Kool-Aid like that, you being harvested. Straight up. So understand that. They right? Yes, they do it in the military too. Absolutely. They do it in the military too. And this is why we've always been warned about the military. And I have foster brothers that were in the military. I have foster brothers I talk to now. They have gotten out of the military and they've shared some stuff with me where I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my goddess. Like, y'all, I'm telling you, man, the things that they do to people is because they feel they have the right to, and they have possession of them. Possession is 9/10 of the law, right? Possession. Just like in your body, if you possess something that doesn't belong to you internally, feel me for a second. Hear me for a second. If inside of you internally, you possess something that does not belong to you, someone else can make a claim on it. So if I have an mRNA that was not present in my body organically when I was born, and it receives a different message other than the messenger gene receives, which is the Christ gene, right? But I got a different messenger gene in me now, receiving different messages. What do you think is going to happen with that? That's like a runaway train going down the hill with no brakes. It's going to get real. Because just like they did in India about 8 years ago when Monsanto sued these farmers because the wind blew and blew corn from a Monsanto field over into another person's field, and they got sued. So what's going to happen if there's something in your body that belongs to a pharmaceutical company that they can clearly identify under a microscope because genetically, it has their mark. It has their mark, their signature in it, mark of the beast. And then they can go in court and claim and say, oh no, see that biological entity that's walking around right there that call themselves Susan, Karen, whatever you want to call, that belongs to me. Well, sir, how does that belong to you? Well, see, I have this genetic sequence that I sequenced in a lab that I have copyrighted, that I have patented, and that sequence is now inhabiting that body over there. So therefore, that body belongs to me unless they can give me back all of my sequenced DNA. Y'all, I'm serious, man. I've had this dream. I've seen this in a dream. It gets bad. Where people no longer own themselves anymore. So this split that's happening right now, we've been talking about this for a minute. This split, the divide. This is real. The duality is dividing. Dualities were meant to split. So we're getting further away from each other in duality, right? But as the negative increases, the power of the positive increases too. It has to, because it has to remain in balance. So the more negative crap they do, the more energy you get on the positive side. But you got to be able to anchor it in and know it's there and receive it. So the deception is that you have to accept their brands, accept their energy, accept their focus. Everything that they say is real. You accept it. And if you accept it, you are forfeiting your power. Because for everything that they do, when they raise the bar, guess what? Source raises the bar. Universe raises the bar. So if they go out and say, hey, we're going to start cutting off arms, guess what's going to happen? Their arms going to start getting cut off too. So now we stand in that divine strength, that divine energy, and know that we are justified in our thoughts, in our actions, and in our decisions to be sovereign, to be not the ghost in the machine, not AI, but to be the actual inhabitant of your body, of your temple. Yo, that's the power. That's the strength. When you know you are the inhabitant of the temple and you walk in power, not allowing no other to come against you, because you are the I am. You are the I am. So, like I said, get past the hijacks of the mRNA. Get past all of that. Look to start incorporating your inner strength into your everyday choice cycle. And if you're doing this, you're on the right path. If you're not doing this, start incorporating your personal strength. In other words, what do you want to see from the decision you're making? Don't just make decisions no more. You're making a decision based on what you want to see. So if I want to see more love in the world, every decision that I make about me, and about my interaction with others is going to be based in love. Because I can only get back what I put out. Just like if I put out hate, I'm going to get hate back. But if I put out love, I'm going to get love back. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at, yo. And if we don't understand that, it's going to be a nasty battle. It's going to be a nasty battle. But, I know. Hey, I found something I want to share with y'all because it was probably, and it wasn't you guys, but I think it was about maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I was explaining how Christ, like the Christ gene, the God gene within you is mRNA, right? And it's the messenger, and that it is Christ, and that this is the true Christ that is within you. Because, the Antichrist, remember, the Antichrist says that you have no Christ in your flesh. That's it. That's all Antichrist is. It means that it is against the crystalline structure that is within you that allows you to receive information from the soul and the cosmic sun. I'm going to say that again. The Christ within you is your crystalline structure, your Christ, right? And I only use these words. They're not even pronounced that way, but I'm doing it so you can understand what I'm saying. Because it's called your crystalline, your crystals, not your Christ, because you're not crying. That's what Christ, the crying, right? The crying out. You're not crying out. But your crystalline structure within you is the very thing within you that allows you to receive the message from the soul and from source and from the cosmic structures that are sending you this information that allows you to change and to hold the highest vibration of self. So they come against the Christ. That's Antichrist. They say, you don't need that. Take some pops and Tylenol. You don't need that. I got an mRNA vaccination for you. You don't need that. Take some cough medicine. And I'm not saying that, please, I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm just simply expressing to you what the Christ inside of you is meant to do. It is the healer within you. It heals you. The crystalline water structure within you, the salt structure, the crystals, which is what the moon controls, which is what we were talking about when we were talking about lithium. Go look up lithium and see what it does. Because guess what? Lithium floats on water. It's the only metal that floats on water. And it's the only metal that has such a severe reaction with water that it makes water move. Lithium is also given to people who are bipolar. It's a psychiatric medication. Lithium. And they also give you lithium batteries. So they're coming against your crystalline structure or the Christ within you, your I am. Because when you're no longer able to vibrate and resonate like cymatics, right? And I'll pull that up if you guys want to see it. But cymatics, the study of cymatics, every sound, every vibration brings about a certain structure within your body. So if we're talking about cell phone towers, the frequency fence known as 5G, the frequency fence that's meant to literally stop your spirit. This is deep. Y'all saw Ghostbusters, right? Light, traps, spirits, ectoplasm. You have what in you? Plasma. Ectoplasma is the transitional phase of when you leave your body and you have plasma on you. And they showed you in Ghostbusters, they just throw the light out, throw the trap. Right? And what does that sound like? What kind of music do you get today? Trap music. Posted in the middle of the trap, right? They give you trap music. You can't make this up. Because they're playing a game with you. So they throw out the trap of the light. And they pull you into the light. You ever heard anybody dying where they say, I say, oh, wow, I saw a white light. The moon Saturn matrix connection. I saw a white light. So they use the light to trap you, but it's a false light. So I say all that to say this. Your crystalline structure has a light to it. You are a light. And when you understand that your crystalline structure, or the crystals within you, is the Christ within you, and they want to change these structures or prevent these structures from becoming and eternalizing to become the representation of the cosmic energy that's coming in and radiating up on you. This is how you anchor it in. Because when that vibration hits you, the salt within your body, the river of life within your body, the plasma, all of it, the blood, where the life is at, right? It reacts. And it becomes a certain structure in your body that allows you to hold more frequency and more light on an everyday waking functional vibration, period. You know what I'm saying? So they come against that. But Antichrist is against that. Everything I just said, if you are the Antichrist, you're against that. And if you read the book, what did it say? 2,000 years ago, it said the Antichrist already went out into the world. So if your Lord and Savior is 2,000 years old, remember you have been fighting a fight that started 2,000 years ago because it told you that the Antichrist had already went out into the world. So you've been fighting against this energy that has already set up a standard against you. It's already put a wall up, and you're trying to hop that wall. But you got it. You can do this. You are doing it. Well, I'm talking about you can. You are doing it. You did do it. You did do it. That's why we're having this conversation. But remember, these frequencies that come in, like really drink fresh water or don't drink no water, fast, pray, allow this energy to come in and allow it to restructure your body. Because this is how it's rewriting your codes. This is how it's rewriting your DNA. This is real deal. This is not just metaphorical. Like there is a false ascension matrix now. There's a new age agenda that they ain't spitting up but lies and trying to get you to give your energy to false entities who are dying, who literally are dying, because you don't die, but they are dying because they cannot get back into a body. They no longer have the light codes to even pull in source energy. They just all dark. And they need you. They need you. They begging for you. That's the old timeline. So I am hoping that our whole collective got enough strength to leave all of the old behind. Let them die. Let them pass away. All of the old entities. They're about to go back into a cosmic dust return because that's the only way they can go back. Nothing is lost from source. Nothing is ever lost away from source. You're either going to go back whole and complete, right? You're either going to go back whole and complete, or you're going to go back in dust, but you're going to go back. Nothing is lost. I prefer to go back whole and complete and be like, look at what I did, right? Instead of going back in cosmic dust in pieces. So it's not a joke. It's not a joke. But the Antichrist has already went out, and it's already been teaching against you. It's been preaching against you. It's been saying you ain't nothing. It's already done that. And so you've already been fighting that fight, and you've overcome it. But because you overcame it, now you get to be the representation of it, because you actually have that vibration in your body, in your temple, and you're walking it out. So they can change whatever mRNA they want. They can do whatever they think they want to do. But that little mark of the beast they got, the mark of the beast is actually the mindset. The mark of the beast is when a person thinks as an animal instead of as a ascended being. When you are led by your when you're led by, what do I want to say? When you're led by your what am I trying to say? When you're led by your emotions, when you're led by the beast within, when you're led by your anger, you're led by these things that are considered animalistic in nature, that is the mark of the beast. So it's what you do, your right hand, what you do, your right hand is the hand of doing, and what you think, which is in your forehead right here, pineal gland. So do I have the mark of the beast? It depends on what I'm doing with my hands, with my physical actions, and what I'm thinking with my mind. And if I'm thinking that I'm not enough and I need something outside of me, then I got a herd mentality. I'm like a beast of the field. What they call them? Sheeple, cows. Don't be a herd animal. Be the individual. Because the individual is sovereign of the herd. It'll go with the herd. It ain't dumb, but it's sovereign of it. And that's where we're at right now. This is the difference between the wheat and the tares, yo. I'm telling you, get out of that color thing about wheat and tares, because I've heard people say that, oh, the black people are the wheat and the white people are the tares. It's like, okay, all right. You better be careful with that. You better be careful with that. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. Be careful with that, yo. Be careful with that. Trying to judge people and divide them out. Judge yourself and divide yourself out. Get the beam out of your own eye. Get the beam out of your own eye so you can see to get the splinter out of somebody else's. You realize how deep that is? It's basically saying that a person has a beam, like a whole beam in their eye. And while they got this beam in their eye, they trying to get a splinter out of somebody else's eye. That makes no damn sense, do it? So let's get those beams out of our eyes. And let's start to literally commune together and come together with the love and the ferocity that we need to overcome. Because this is one of my favorite sayings, man. Like, a fist is made up of 5 fingers, and together it strikes a mighty blow. Boom, knock you out, right? But if you got them 5 fingers and you go to punch somebody, you're going to break one of them. So unified, we strong. And that's what I'm looking at, right? That's why we building that crystalline structure within. That is the crystal, or the crystal within you. The crystal river that runs within you. That's why they give y'all bad salt too. Get some Celtic salt. That's for somebody. Somebody needs Celtic salt because they got high blood pressure. I hear you, Spirit. Somebody got high blood pressure. You need Celtic salt. It's not the salt that's making you have the high blood pressure. Whoever it is for, whoever you know, is for somebody. It's not the salt that's giving you the high blood pressure. That's a lie. It's the form of salt. You can't have idolized salt because that's mind salt. You need sea salt, Celtic salt. And the Celtic salt goes in and it actually heals your body. So when you have this salt in your body, these crystalline structures that are being built, your pineal gland comes on. Boom. You're able to light it up. Because know ye not that you are the salt of the earth. You are the salt of the earth. And you're the light. Because remember, the second son is gone. So you're the light. The second soul, that other soul, that feminine soul has been knocked down. It's received a black eye. Like I told you, that's why they always give you guys the one eye. That's why they punch themselves in the eye and stuff like they nuts. And they also get implants in the eye, but that's neither here nor there. But my point is that you are the light that sit on a hill and can't be hid. So, like I said, sometimes you gotta lose to win again. Fantasia. Sometimes you gotta lose to win again. Remember that, man. I love that, bro. I love that because that's been speaking to me all day, all day. That sometimes you gonna take the L, but you got to win again. Because sometimes you got to see how your enemy coming at you. You got to see the things that are being thrown at you. You got to see what's sticking and what's not. Right? But in this time, like I said, we got it. We got this. So allow that salt. Allow that salt to do its work. Allow the crystals to do its work. You crystal children, you indigos, vibrating at different colors and stuff, and y'all spectrums. Like, I love it. The crystal tree. Like, I'm like, who is crystal tree? They ain't made of crystals. No, it's because you have a crystalline structure within you that allows you to anchor in all kinds of energy. Y'all have no idea the energy that salt brings. We got so much to start releasing to this world. Because before 1920, before the Great Depression, before they before they started taking over humanity, do you know we had air compressed cars? Cars that ran off of air. Y'all know about steam engine trains. We had compressed air cars and electric cars all before 1920. Then we get around 1950, CERN starts happening. They start pushing the button, flipping the button. I told y'all about that. Flipping that CERN button. Messing with the polarity, the electromagnetic polarity of the Earth grid. They think they're smart, but all this stuff, that's what they're doing. Messing with the electromagnetic polarity of the Earth grid. Because you are attached to the Earth and it messes with your frequency in your mind. Because they understand reverse polarities. They understand quantum fields. We are learning it. They understand that the whole cosmological structure is in water. They understand that you got to go through a portal, not our portal that's sitting outside the United States, you know, in the Gulf of New Mexico. That one's been closed down, but they got to use portals. And they know that. It's like Chutes and Ladders, right? Like Mario World. They know all this. So they tell you we going up into space while they going down and going out. While they're training in deep water, they're telling you they're going up and can't breathe. And then doing all kind of ritualistic things to say, I can't breathe, which I can. Let me rephrase that. I can breathe. Let me say that. I can breathe. So I'm not going to speak that curse on myself. But y'all know what I'm talking about. All these rituals they've been doing. So anyway, we about to get up off here. But I just wanted to share that with y'all and give you some encouragement as we're going through this new field of energy right now. Because as we come out of this Lions Gate, we're going into the justice and the judgment. Okay? We're about to head into the 6th house energy, not 9th house. Okay? And I'm speaking from a geocentric standpoint. Here in this earth grid, in this reality, in this etheric dimension, energetically, we're getting ready to head into 6th house energy. So everything dealing with sixth house. You really want to prosper in it? Now's the time to start working on sixth house issues. Because as that sun heads into the sixth house, everything's going to be illuminated. All these home issues. This is why we talk about unions and all that. Because see, we're leaving heart energy, right? Where everything has been corrected with the heart. And then we're headed into a lot of home development energy. The power of the six. So as we head into this powerful, energetic balancing out, right? And we're going to get to 6-9, not 9-9, not 9-9. We're going to get to 6-9, which is the yin yang, which is the balancing out. Which is why in September 7, we get a separation. All right. So this energy is coming and it's dividing. But like I said, we just need to make sure that we're prepared for it. And we're not going to let it shake us and break us, right? We're going to let it elevate us and take us to the highest levels. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm about to get ready to get up out of here. If y'all got any questions, drop them. Drop them right now. Other than that, I'm going to ride out. Like that white horse that's been riding for the last 2 years. Man. We're about to come into that third horse information, the red horse, right? And that I've already, just to give y'all a little bit of that before we get out of here, like with that one, y'all already know it's going to be dealing with a lot of root chakra energy, right? Remember when I was talking about the sex and controlling the body in the temple? And oh my gosh, man. Like that vision was real when they showed me that. Y'all keep y'all temples clean, man. Don't be messing with these. Don't be messing with these randoms. I'm telling you, don't be messing with these randoms. My masculines, don't be messing with these randoms. My feminine, don't try to be like a man and mess with randoms. Keep the temple cleansed. It's going to be so important. I'm telling you. As the red horse starts to ride, y'all going to be like, oh, red horse, red light districts. You feel me? Marburg's disease being a hemorrhagic fever that is passed on by intimate contact. HIV being something that's passed on by intimate contact. So yeah, it's gonna get real. Like I said, you're gonna have to be in control of your temple, and you're gonna have to be in your union with self more than anything. You're gonna have to be in union with yourself. And if you are very prospered and able to come into union with in a physical union, protect it, nurture it. Do not let the enemy destroy it, because this is the end game. If you're coming together with that person now, it's because y'all were meant to finish this thing together. You're meant to finish it together. So, all right, y'all. I love y'all. Live in bliss and harmony. Thank you guys for pulling up, sharing this moment in time with me. As we get ready to get off, it's going to be what, 1:44? Oh, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Let's go. Let's go at 1:44. You can't make this up, yo. This frequency is real. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Live in harmony and bliss. And like I said, like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know what we're doing. We're starting a movement where we're bringing everybody in. And we're trying to get everybody at least to the point where they know, where they can have a choice. And it won't happen. Everybody ain't going to receive it. But, hey, at least if they get a chance to hear, they get a chance to make a choice, an educated choice, right? An educated decision. And that's what we want, because we are here to raise the vibration of the collective and the earth, right? Of this realm, because it's ours. And we are re-inhabiting it. It's ours. All right, y'all. See you guys. Love you.